Hello and welcome to my channel. I was asked by some of my students to make a video about my daily warm-up routine. So I will show you some of the warm-ups that I'm doing, and of course I'm not doing this same warm-up routine every day. Usually I am picking up my warm-up routine according to the pieces that I need to practice for the day or for this week or month. So it can be that I'm practicing classical music, and then I will choose a scale in the same key as my pieces or the first piece that I'm going to practice. And if I'm practicing something else, like for jazz or pop or another style, I may also warm up with a blues scale or pentatonic or major seventh or something else that fits the music that I'm supposed to practice. So here is the first warm-up I'm doing. I will show you everything in the scale of G. So first G major, and maybe I will also show you minor and arpeggios and double stops. So first I'm putting the metronome on 100, and then I'm playing G major scale 8 notes per bow. So listen to your tone and just concentrate on playing on tune and practicing on your intonation. And so on. I'm also playing from up and down as a scale, but now I'm not going to show you all of it because the video will be too long. So the next thing I'll do is to play 4 notes per bow in legato, still 1 octave. Then I will play 16. And faster. And then if you feel that you're ready, you can expand and play 2 or 3 octaves. I will start slow again with 4 notes per bow. And more notes per bow. Then I might choose to practice my vibrato, but if you're happy with just practicing your tone first, do it slowly and progress in your own tempo. And by the way, that we also practice your string crossing. And then I may try to play 8 notes also with vibrato. That way you also practice your bow distribution, which is so important for us who plays string instruments. Then I'm playing 4-octave scale, concentrating on my shifts. And then I would play a faster tempo, so I will add more and more notes per bow. And of course still listen to your tone and intonation. I also like to play the last note of the octave a little bit longer, because in that case I feel like I'm practicing a piece of music. So you can also choose to do that, because we are practicing the scales to integrate them in our pieces of music, not just practicing isolating the scale from our repertoire. Then I'm playing G minor melodic. And then harmonic. And the next step can be to play arpeggios. So I'll start with major. And if you come so far that you want to continue to practice, you can actually do double stops. So I would start with thirds. And so on. Then sixths. And you can decide to stop here or continue one octave up. Then play back. Then you can practice octaves. As on. Always choose to play the scale in your own ability. If you are comfortable to play just one octave, just do that. If you want to play more, of course, feel free to do so. And then I will practice tenths. And by doing so, I'm training my pinky and also this muscle, which feels quite much after playing the tenths. And please play this very slow and take breaks if you're not used to, because at least for me it feels quite exhausting after a couple of minutes only. So here we go. This scale routine is usually for your left hand, because you are mostly listening to the intonation and you are practicing your shifts, but at the same time you are practicing string crossing and you are practicing the distribution of your bow. And if you want to make it a little bit more as a warm-up for your right hand, you can do the same routine, but do, for example, one octave scale and just play on the frog, training like this movement. So I will play only one octave, G major. And of course I'm overdoing it. You will never play like this in a real life, but as an exercise for your flexibility of the fingers, you can do so. You can also play only on one note. It's more difficult to play on the lower strings because your arm is a little bit heavier there. So if you do that, drop your elbow a little bit so you feel a little bit lighter in the fingers. But if you really want to practice that movement and your muscles, you can actually play with more straight arm. So I'm usually dropping because that helps me to practice the whole scale. So if you are a new beginner to this, choose A or E string and just play on one note. You can also make the bow a little bit longer so that you can have more time to think about this movement. And then practice it without overdoing it. Just in the way that you would probably do if you have a piece of music that you have to play mostly on that part of the bow. We'll try the scale, that we also integrate the shift, that we also integrate the string crossing. For these scale routines I'm not using any book, so if you have questions about how I'm performing it, which scale is coming after which, and the fingerings, please contact me and ask me a specific question and I will try to find the music. You can always search for G major scale and then you search for a violin. Maybe you will see different suggestions for fingerings. It doesn't matter really which one you play, just I think you should be consistent with the fingerings, don't change too much. If you like this video, please give me thumbs up and subscribe, share it with friends, and I will see you in my next video.